Howdy folks, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be digging a little deeper into the Camper Special out here. The gas tank's got some real old fuel in it. We're going to see if we can get that gas tank out, dump all that fuel out of there and get it nice and cleaned. And then we're going to see if we can at least get the drum off of this front brakes right here. That way we can hopefully at least get it rolling around the yard for now. Probably the first video of next month going to be putting all the wheel bearings and tie rod ends back on Big Red here. That way I'll be able to drive her around. She's been stuck in the shop for a little under a year now. She ain't been happy. She does not like it. I don't like it. We got to get her out of here, man. So next video on this truck, or Big Red here, we're going to at least put the tie rods on, and that part that I didn't know what was called, this right here. I got a commenter last video. They said that it is called a steering knuckle, so that's what that be called. We'll get that put back on, and we'll at least get the steering knuckle put back on. Put the new little wheel bearing, or new little bearings that sit in here. Put the bolts in there, and the tie rod ends, diff cover, and because I know the wheel bearings and the hub and the backing plate are going to be a little expensive, so that might have to wait. But we are going to make some progress on this truck next month for sure. I mean, the 80% of the battle's already done. The parts are already off. That was the holdup. I couldn't get them off. So now we got them off. We'll throw the parts on, and she should be back on the road, hopefully. Got some homemade salsa, some dogs, and a freaking lizard. Okay, so we're gonna start by, I think we're just gonna remove the fuel hose and the fuel line, along with that little ground wire with the sending unit. And then we'll start by taking out all the bolts. So I believe they're going to be probably a 5/8. Let's see here. Okay, well I don't need this yet. I need this here, my wrench set, and a pair of pliers, and that should be it for now. Got the pliers down here. There they are. These things come in handy, man. They have a little locking clip on there. You can take the hose clamp clips off, and it works like a charm. Okay, so this is what we're working with. Just take this little clip off here. This little clip here goes on this little ground. I believe this is the sending unit, I believe. And then we'll take this off here, and then, oh, it's screwed on. Perfect. Should make it a little easier. I don't know if we're gonna be able to save that. That might be no good. Okay, so I don't know how it works really, but just to play it safe, I did take this gas cap off, just in case there might be a little bit of pressure in here and it might try to squirt out there. I don't know if that's how it works or not, but might as well be safe and sorry, you know? Yeah, I tried to save it, but the second I put any pressure on it to pull it out, it just like ripped it right off. You can see it's all cracked and stuff. I don't know, maybe I did mess it up a little bit. I pulled it out with these, so maybe that was my fault. But it is out. This is getting disconnected nicely. It looks like this tank has never been out. It's really nice. Good old-fashioned air ratchet here, getting the job done. So on my 71 Bumpside, there's bolts that go all the way around. This one looks like it just has clips on the bottom, here and here. So you take the 3 on the top off, and it should just slide right out. Now I think we're ready to pull this dang thing out of here. I don't know if you guys can see in there, but the tank looks pretty good. So we're gonna go ahead, let this sit for a while. I got some clean gasoline in here sitting, so it'll hopefully kind of kick up all the dirt and dust and rust that were sitting at the bottom of that tank, and then we'll rinse it out, and hopefully here pretty quick we'll buy a little filler neck, or maybe I might even be able to find something here in the shop, but we'll put another filler neck on it, and then we'll be able to install the gas tank, and see if she can get some pumpage from the tank to the carburetor. She definitely had some gunk behind the seat here. I think these are supposed to stay that's where the tank sits. These are those clips that I was telling you about that the tank just kind of rests into. You just set the tank in there, and then you can bolt the 3 along the top, put the lines back together, and then your fuel tank should be working. All right, folks. So I think I'm gonna start by trying to just loosen the automatic slack adjuster thing on the inside of the drum brakes. Maybe it'll release the brakes from the drum. Let me show you guys what I'm talking about. It'd be easier to show you guys right here on the one I have removed. So this would be facing the other way, right? You have this hole here. It's facing this way, right? So there's a little slack adjuster that sits right here, and this is it right here, right? You can get your screwdriver on these little prongs here and turn it, and it should turn. So that should release the brakes off the drum. It sits there, you loosen it, and the brakes should pull off the drum, and we should be able to get this thing on there. So this is what I'm talking about here. This little hole. You want to take that little cover out. Hang on, I need my screwdriver. Take the little cover out. It should just pop off. Come on. So you can see the little gear in there. You're gonna want to get your screwdriver, and you should be able to turn it. See if you can see it turn. Ow. Okay, now it's turning. So, oh no, I might have just stripped that off. Let's try going the other way.
We checked all her ribs too.
I don't know. This might not be wanting to move. Oh no, there she goes. She's moving. It's moving. Ow. All right. Let me put the camera down, and we will see if she'll get unlocked. So it appears I was going the wrong way. You don't want to go up or put it at the top and push up. You want to put it at the bottom and pull down, and it seems to get a little easier. So the more you know. And just like I thought, it backed that slack adjuster, or that slack adjuster backed the brakes off just enough to where it'll spin freely, and you should be able to pull that drum off with no issue now. So this is really all I needed it to do for now. I don't have the parts or anything yet, but I think I'm gonna leave it the way it sits right here, just like this. That way I can roll it around the yard and move it. That was my main concern right now, is it didn't move. Now it'll move. I do want to see, since this wheel rolls now, I want to see if that back tire over there will hold air long enough for me to see if the transmission will go into gear. So this rear tire is leaking like a son of a gun. Like, it doesn't hold air but for like 5 minutes. So I think we're just gonna have to hurry. See, we'll have to drop it, put some air in it, and start it, and see if she'll get into gear. All we're gonna do is just move it forward or backwards, and then move it up forward, and then next to the shop, and just to see if she'll go into gear, you know. All right, so I'm getting pretty tired of hearing this belt scream every time I turn it on. So I'm thinking maybe to try to tighten this up, we're gonna loosen this alternator a little bit right here. Loosen this bolt here, get a pry bar on in there, and give her a good crank. See if I can get it to tighten up a little bit. And if not, it might be this belt. This belt's pretty loose. I don't know how to. It looks like you just loosen that up right there, and then you can pry this whichever way you need to pry it. But we're gonna definitely try to get these to stop screaming. If I can't get them to get these ones to stop screeching like that, we're gonna hopefully be able to. I'm hoping these are the right ones. Only difference that I'm seeing is these ones don't have ribs. This was like a flat belt, and these ones got ribs on them. You know, so I don't know if that means they're not the right belt or what, but we're gonna find out. So I went ahead and tightened that alternator belt up, and those things don't even move at all. Like, they have a littlest bit of play. Which, I mean, I guess you want play in them, but they were pretty tight already, and they were screaming, so tighten up a little bit more. Worst case scenario, I break the belts, got to put some more new belts on it. It's no big deal. Okay, the next belt's this one right here. We're going to loosen this up right here, get a pry bar here, and pry it out. So, get a wrench in here, and loosen that thing. There we go. Okay, it's not the only one you gotta loosen, I guess. There's one more underneath it right here. And make sure you always have your battery disconnected, especially if you got your hands and fingers around belts and fans and stuff. You don't want that thing to
come undone at or start on you. Just I mean, for whatever reason, start on you, and you lose a finger or a hand or worse, an arm. You know, a life. It's not good. There we go. That moves. Now we're gonna get our pry bar here and give her some beans. Let's see here. That's as much as I can go with that, I guess. Oh no, that's pretty tight now. There we go. Okay, so give her the beans and tighten it down. If I can get it on there. Okay. Tight enough, I guess, hopefully. I'm gonna keep pressure on it just in case and while I tighten this bottom one up. There we go. Just give her a few more tightens and she's solid there. And she's snug there. Okay, the belt's a little tighter now. It's not as good as I wanted to be, but it's better. Not as tight as the alt. These things are solid. This one's kind of loose. I might end up just trying and seeing if this one fits it. All right, so either A, the belts are going to explode and break everything, and it's not going to be a fun day, or B, it's just going to stop squeaking. Hopefully B. So I'm currently sitting on the floorboard here to make sure she's in park. I'm gonna turn her on, see what happens. Fired right up. Okay, so there's the belts. I'm gonna go ahead and throw on my glasses just in case something goes in my eye holes. I won't go blind. So let's grab this carburetor here and look at that, fixed it. Solid, man. So I think that we're going to see if we can put it down the road. I'm not even going to connect the throttle here. I'm going to leave that disconnected and just let it idle. I'm not going to press the gas or anything. It's going to idle down the road because there's something wrong with this brake pedal or this gas pedal. For some reason, whenever I leave it connected, it just holds the throttle wide open for some reason. So I'll have to see what's going on there. But yeah, we're gonna just put it down the road and back. Just idling speed, 5 minutes down the road, idle all the way back. We got our fuel tank set up here. Got a hose running all the way to the fuel pump. Bungee cord hold it in place. Hopefully it don't go nowhere fast, at least. We are good on tires. I have the two front tires. The front tire that came off of here is now there. That's the old tire, and this is big red steer tire, and that's the regular other tire. So we got tires that are temporary, but let's see if we can get this fucker down the road. So this is our setup here. We got a folding chair the woman's sitting on. I'm gonna sit on a bucket, and we're just gonna see if she'll start and get on down the road real quick. It's quiet in the cab too. I did end up connecting that throttle so I can press the gas.
and she works. Very nice, very nice, very, very nice. Going under her own power, the gas pedal works, she speeds up. Brakes are, you go straight to the floor. I gotta fix that. I mean, I know the brakes aren't working anyway, but she goes into gear, reverse, forward, neutral, drive, all the holes, balls, holes, beams, and waxes. Like I said, brakes are not there. I'm struggling to break this motherfucker here, but it works. Let's get her right there. Okay. Okay. So we have a game plan here. We know what we're doing. We the wheel bearings, brakes, shocks, and brake lines are really the most important ones we're doing here on Red. I mean, of course, the tie rod too. We need to do the tie rod ends, but other than that, all the other stuff is going to be like the little stuff we do along the way, like while it's running, you know. But that's the stuff we need to get it done to run. The rookie here, that needs a lot. We got to do oil change, coolant change, brakes, plugs and wires. The steering column shifter is not like a big priority, but it is needed. We got to unseize the locked up windows. That's not really a big deal. It runs without the windows, you know. It needs a fuel tank filler neck. It can do without a seat for now. The door and window rubber is kind of an optional thing right now. So is the paint correction. We need to fix the blinkers and some loose wires into the dash. Put a fuel pump in it that's not leaking, and the key lock ring that holds the little key on the dash, and then rebuild this carburetor here or replace it. I don't know, like there's a bunch of random stuff on this carburetor that is not on Red's carburetor. Like this one has the choke it has like a little wire on it, you know, a little manual choke, and it has like a bunch of weird little other ringy, like little levers that I've never seen before. So that's gonna need to be rebuilt or replaced. I'm probably just gonna replace it. I want to put a heat actuated or an electric choke on it. That way I don't gotta deal with that. But who knows? I might just rebuild it and put it back on there. All right, folks, we're gonna call the video here. She moves everything. The more I do to it, the better it gets. So far so good. Nothing else is breaking while I'm working on it. I'm gonna have to order a few little parts just to get it running. That way I can keep its own put its own carburetor back on it, or a new carburetor on there. Big Red can have his carburetor back. I got to get some tires that match, because there's no way all those tires in that truck are mismatched. You can feel the truck going down the road like that, you know. But I mean, I'm sure that the bucket seat I was using wasn't helping. I mean, it was a literal 5-gallon bucket, you know. So we'll fix the brakes and do some tires. Probably be the next type of video I do to this truck. Will be some brake work, and probably see if we can get the blinkers in the correct position. That way, if I turn the driver's side on, driver's side comes on, passenger side comes on. I mean, they work correctly, you know. So we'll do that, and then we'll be able to take it to town. Hopefully, you know, if blinkers work, brake lights work, if it's street legal, we'll put it to town. That'll work, ladies and gentlemen. You guys have a nice rest of your guys' night. Thank you guys for watching. Catch you guys later.